Okay, going to look now at packaging. So just really how originally packaging wasn't a big thing, whereby tea or coffee or flour was just transported in bags. No one cared. You go to a shop, you'd ask for the products, they would give you. No one cared about the packaging or the brand. That comes later. So obviously just a good quote there. Um, the dogs don't like the dog food. Packaging doesn't matter. So let's look at the basic aim of packaging. First of all, is protect the product from damage. Final attempt to gain the attention of the consumer in a shop. So you're in a shop, you see something, you think, oh, catches your eye. So these perfumes here, the fancy designs. That's what it's trying to do, get attention. So it is a key marketing tool. And here's a link to a story which will be available elsewhere, so you can read up on packaging, how it evolved. Just a quick question here. Often you see in marketing FMCG mentioned. So going to ask you, what does this mean? So you should know about it. The first marketing cost group, fast moving consumer goods, first mover consumption goal, fast modified consumer good. Answer 3, 2, 1. Fast moving consumer goods. So when you see, this is like coffee and tea and bread and chocolate, all the things that on the shelf, off the shelf quickly. You may have seen this before, visibility, this idea of view. So for packaging, it's got to be visible, provide information, have an emotional impact, not easy to achieve, and workability. Does it do what it says? Literally, it keeps the product safe. So just view, keep that in mind when you look at packaging. Now, branding is now becoming important. This is where we saw from the original slide, it was about tea and coffee just coming across, but now branded products started to be used. So the company name and description of the product. So we're seeing in the 1800s branding starting, with the packaging, taking it first steps to become an important marketing tool. So one of the features of packaging is protection. So from sunlight, can you imagine if a bottle of wine was exposed to the sun on all the journey? Look at this Easter egg here, how it's in a cup with the egg, because it could get smashed easy, so the box is there to protect it. Insects, you have to keep, there's stories about products, insects getting into products and not, a bowl of cereal coming out. People don't like that in the least. And sadly, children's food has been tampered with in the past. So what you do is there's now the lid on it, so that if your lid clicks, it's been opened. So it's giving people that reassurance that baby food and other foods have not been tampered with in the least. Security is another issue, because products get stolen. So you see here they've got tags on them, and even meat has been given tags. Alcohol, as expected, and one of the most stolen items was from shops was razor blades, because people buy them, they use them, etc. So when they're small, so they had to tag them. Colour is an important issue as well, because we see here, again, we talked about grabbing attention. So you see here like Coca-Cola, the red, bold red there, black magic for adults, darker chocolates here, vanish, pink, because in amongst all the cleaning products, a lot of light colours there that stands out. And of course, Cadbury's try to protect this colour. They try to copy, have it trademarked, but the last I knew, they lost in court. But that's how important it is to them. So colour is vital in packaging. You even have to think about the materials that are used. So, for example, originally milk came in bottles and distributed on the doorstep. Then it moved into cartons. You see the red one here down below. Now it's gone into the sort of different variations at all. And you see here, the sort of plastic in here, and even one that's got a bag at the right hand side. So the materials used, as we'll come to with the environment, becomes important. And it's also cost can be an issue as well. And broken glass all over the road with smashed milk bottles. Now it's more litter with the other type. And of course, promotions are used in packaging to get your interest. So you look at the Dr Pepper there, which is a horrible drink, with Iron Man and Hulk, and Sugar Puffs had the Kevin Keegan and the Honey Monster from the Sugar Puffs product, which is now Honey Puffs, I think. Of course, the problem there was Kevin Keegan was the manager of Newcastle, and their rivals were in another city, Sunderland, and allegedly all these packages with the Sunderland manager dressed in and the Honey Monster black and white on Sunderland shelves did not go down well, and they were vandalised, so that they stopped putting them in there. So you see here how the packaging, even one there with the extra free promotions, it's the last chance to get your attention, so that's what the packaging can do. And of course, they provide information. So how many of you pick up something, and it could be like there's one for allergies. You look at the nutrition, the kcal, the sugar, the fats, the protein and fiber. You look and see where the product's made as well. So these are important. You pick it up, and that could sometimes that's legal. The information are obliged. Other times it's voluntary. But you might pick it up and think, yes, I'll buy it, or no, I won't buy it, or it reassures you. And this was an issue I alluded to earlier with the environmental, that recyclable, environmentally friendly. So it might be a case of they're trying to cut down on the waste, etc. So they might have, make it recyclable or biodegradable materials. So you can use this as well. And of course, if you're advertising a waterproof watch, what better way than to sell it in a bag with water, right? So pretty bold, pretty imaginative, and obviously it's a publicity piece, but it demonstrates how the packaging, if you want to show what your product can do, there's evidence. And you can use innovation in the packaging with Coca-Cola, with the names on the bottles and how many people look through for the name on it and buy it because of this, or for someone else here. This is one from Puma, and it was the bag, the shoes come in it, rather than just something you throw away, turns into a carrier bag. So again, imagination. And obviously on the packaging, you're reinforcing the brand name. So you see here, the cabinet, they're looking at the logos. They always look to see how it can appear on the packaging, the size, the color. This is something that's covered in branding, but it's also how the packaging reassures people, that's our product. So go ahead and buy it with confidence. And of course, what we see in particularly the supermarkets with their own branded versions. So we have in the middle Lurpak, and the copycat in Aldi is Norpak. Can you look at the same size, the same shape, almost the same colour? Look at the Bayliss and Harding on the left and on the right, and the copycat on the left. So you use the packaging so that it's sending a message to say, yeah, this is our version. It's trying to tell you this is the same as the expensive stuff. So it might reassure you when you buy it. And it can be used for efficiency, and barcodes in Aldi and Lidl, I believe, are bigger, so that when they scan the food across, there's no stopping and looking for it. It'll pick it up. Speed helps lower the price. So that's a functional aspect of packaging. And in some cases, the packaging is the product. So for example, you see here a Manchester United Easter egg. Now, Manchester United obviously don't make Easter eggs, and the only reason you would buy that is not for the chocolate, because it's got Man United on it and it's got a football theme. So when you're giving it to someone, it's because of this. The chocolate is immaterial. The same with the Spider-Man here. It's a Spider-Man egg or a Smarties hen house. And look at this. What kid or adult wouldn't love this? So it's not just the chocolate is immaterial almost. It's the way it comes in a hen house or something smart. So this is why they put effort into it. In fact, even with a lot of like figures from superheroes, etc., when they sell it, the figure in the package, people don't open it because that decreases the value. They keep it as a something to be sold or a collector's piece for later on. Sometimes packaging can go wrong. So you see here in the top left, strawberries, but it doesn't look like strawberries. The On the right hand side, we have the child shredded meat. Don't think it's tasty. Great value tomatoes, but it looks like peaches in there. And the Power Rangers look suspiciously like Batman. So sometimes they don't get it quite right. So these are just rules for packaging, and these links to stories will be available on the site. But it's stand out, be simple, pass a 5-year-old test. In other words, if you send a 5-year-old into a supermarket, could they pick it up? Because they see the logo, the colour, the size, etc. They know that's the emotional engagement. The fact that it's not just functional. We started off how it was functional, but it's more important than this. So take a look at that. It's quite good to read. And just finish off with a slide. Be careful if you're selling training balls, when you're putting a picture, think how it might look in the final product. Okay, thanks for listening.